I never thought I'd be saying this, but designer fragrances are dying. And I know what you're thinking. How can an industry that's been around since like Abraham Lincoln just die out? I mean, everyone and their mom owns designer fragrances at this point. So what's gonna kill them then? The answer is clone fragrances. And just to clarify to the people watching this that don't already know what clone fragrances are, they're the fragrances that are made to smell and perform exactly like your favorite niche and designer fragrances by carefully copying the original scent down to the molecular level by, I don't know, doing some sort of wizardry, I guess. Usually though, they get surprisingly close to the original. I mean, these clone houses be pulling 90% similarity ratings like it's nothing. The only thing they're actually trying to change though is the price tag, meaning they won't charge you an extra $200 for a logo. So why are these clone fragrances such a big deal then? Well, simple-handedly, people have gotten tired of paying $400 for a scent that's gonna run out in the next 6 months anyway. So, when they're now given the chance to choose between the $400 original and the $30 cologne, you know damn well which one they're going with. Not gonna lie, I tried a clone version of my signature scent and it's become my daily cologne. At this point, I'm just using the clone instead so I don't burn through so much and go broke buying the original one. Then, over on the flip side, there's all those people who say that fragrance is art and it shouldn't be interfered with clones and such. But bro, are fragrances really art? I mean, how could these bottles of scented water made by huge profit-driven designer corporations be called art? They just make one call to some random factory and boom, suddenly they have a new fragrance that costs $500 coming with its flashy box and a bottle with a huge logo on it. But in reality, the factory manufactures the whole thing for something like $3.50. And that's not like in hundreds, that's $3.50. Yeah, I know, some scents can cost more, but very, very rarely do they cost more than $10 to produce. But that doesn't justify the $500 price tag either. I've heard people say that you shouldn't buy clone fragrances since it's ripping off the actual brands who made the original. And while that is probably true, I'm not gonna give the CEO of Louis Vuitton another $400 so he can buy his 4th yacht. Like bro, they are luxury brands for a reason. They're not even supposed to be something that everyone is expected to buy. So if you want to go and buy that clone, you have my official permission to do so. Though I do have to admit that there is just something unexplainably satisfying about buying that $400 bottle fragrance and just looking at it on your shelf. But let's be real, you can't be serious if you really think it's $400 kind of satisfying. Like sure, if you want the full original experience of buying that high quality fragrance, then sure, go for it. But if you're just looking to experiment with new scents without breaking the bank or just want to save money so you can spend it on, I don't know, more important stuff, then clones might be the move for you. But like, for real though, even if you buy an expensive fragrance just because you want to smell good, I promise a $30 clone would literally do the exact same thing. Trust me, I know. Like, one time I was at my sad little office job just secretly watching Netflix instead of actually doing anything productive. A coworker walked by and bro was literally begging for me to tell him what I was wearing. Little did he know that I was wearing a $30 clone of YSLY called Yeah by Maison Alhambra. Yeah, I know the bottle looks goofy, but for real though, it's amazing. Also, by the way, I have this spreadsheet of every clone fragrance that I could think of. I was literally flooded with wholesome comments about it. So yeah, it's also down in the description of this video. I figured it might be a bit too useful to not share with you. In just 1 year, the fragrance market has changed so much that I wouldn't even be surprised if in another year we'll be sniffing literal AI perfumes. Like, just imagine walking down the street and you see a vending machine called ScentGPT, which lets you make your own unique fragrance just by telling AI what you want. Make me smell like a warm cinnamon roll that also bench presses 225. I mean, in the end, just wear whatever makes you feel good about yourself.